Good day, RGV. Today on Valley por Vida, there's a lot going on. We will have a very special guest in studio to tell us all about what the city of Harlingen has to offer with the Explore Harlingen blog. We'll also be giving you the latest on new movies to hit the big screen in an all-new Reels, Ratings, and Reviews segment. And we've got fun facts on urban performer Maluma, plus a pretty good reason that you should try to become an extra in one of his music video shoots. Plus a social media shout-out of the day. So will your comment or your question be featured on air? Well, we're going to go ahead and find out. There's a lot going on and we've got you covered. Valley por Vida starts right now. Hi there, and thanks again for joining us today. I'm your host, Danielle Banda, and I am super pumped to kick off today's show with an exciting, news feature about flicks that you'll definitely want to catch on the big screen or at home on your streaming device. Now, if you're a fan of J-Lo, as I'm pretty sure we all are, then you'll want to pay attention here, okay? Because she's teaming up with two of our very favorite celebrities, Owen Wilson and singer Maluma, for her new film. It's called Marry Me. Now, I am such a huge fan of Maluma, literally listening to his music almost daily, and it's so cool to see him make an acting debut like this with two of the best actors. And there are also a few other films out there that you'll want to check out. So without further ado, here's today's Reels, Ratings, and Reviews segment, courtesy of Nexstar's Dean Richards.
Yes. I'll marry you. You.
Go! Go! Go!
Rom-com veteran Jennifer Lopez delivers it in Marry Me. It's really more of a rom-com musical. J-Lo not only acts in and executive produces the movie, but she also sings the soundtrack and performs many of the songs a la concert style. It's a story that must certainly be close to her real life. She plays a much in-demand global superstar singer with a history of failed marriages, just as she's about to get married again, this time in a live concert event to another global superstar, played by singer Maluma. She stops in her tracks, fearing that she's making the same mistake as in her past, and instead picks a random audience member out of the crowd to marry instead. A dorky math teacher, single father, played by Owen Wilson. While playing out this fake marriage for publicity purposes, the two get to know each other and both realize that the other may be just what's missing in their lives. Now, there's nothing really earth-shattering in this very predictable, very improbable story, but there is a lovely chemistry between the two and something very charming about these characters. And how can you not like a story about finding what makes you happy in life? I could have done without the non-stop product and personality placement that cheapened this movie. I did love Sarah Silverman's considerable comic relief throughout, though. It's harmless and sort of fun, a Dean's List B, in theaters and also on the Peacock platform. Also new this week is a good old-fashioned murder mystery, Death on the Nile, adapted from the 1937 Agatha Christie novel. It's the story of a group of eclectic, wealthy guests on a paddleboat steamer. When one of them winds up murdered, a methodical investigation takes place. It's engaging, it's light and witty, with just a touch of sinister. Another Dean's List B. And finally, Liam Neeson is back in action mode with his latest Blacklight. In this one, he's a government agent who removes operatives whose covers have been blown, only now he discovers a two-timing conspiracy. Sadly, Neeson's action movies that have revived his career 14 years ago have been less and less exciting every year, and Blacklight is no exception. It's a very lazy, unimaginative Dean's List D.
Be sure to stick with our team every weekday for more on what's hitting theaters and, of course, streaming on your devices. Now, we are super excited about all those flicks and especially about Maluma's acting debut with J-Lo. I mean, he's already a great musician, singer, dancer, everything. And now I'm so happy that we'll get to see him in a movie. In fact, we thought it'd be super fun to break down some interesting talents and info about the artist in today's Fun Facts segment. Now, according to uselessdaily.com, although I don't think that this info is useless at all, because I just love Maluma, it turns out that Maluma's name is a combination tribute to his family. The Ma, M-A, the Lu, L-U, and the Ma, M-A, are all the first two letters of his father, mother, and sister's name. So he loves them so much and wanted his music and his artist name to reflect a little of them in him, which is pretty cool. But this may leave you with the question, what's his real name? Well, Maluma's birth name is actually Juan Luis Londoño Arias. And according to the site, Maluma recorded the Spanish version of one of the theme songs of the 2018 FIFA World Cup. It was called Colors, and get this, he later ended up performing it in English with Jason Derulo. Now, he is so talented, and most of us, we're pretty much dying to meet him. But if you ever do meet him in person, you may want to keep this in mind, okay? In several interviews, he said that he's not a reggaetonero. Rather, he prefers to be referred to as an urban performer. It's pretty interesting. And while we may look up to Maluma, you may wonder, who does he look up to? Well, he's been known to have said that he really admires the work of Hector Lavoe, Justin Timberlake, and even Michael Jackson. Now, these are just some of the main influential artists who have really helped to inspire and shape his own musical career. And our last fun fact of the day, the site says that Maluma actually ended up being in a relationship with a Cuban-Croatian model named Natalia, and you wouldn't believe how they met. Back in January 2018, they actually met on the set of his Felices los Cuatro music video. Now, she was playing a background role, and they just ended up hitting it off. So if there's any takeaway here, it's that now I kind of want to find out how to be an extra on one of his shoots. Plus, he's got so many different outfits and jewelry, as you can see in the videos, which is pretty cool to see. And even if we don't have Maluma money, there's still a way to look good while not breaking the bank. Our friend Olivia has actually got the perfect way for us to find affordable jewelry that looks good, lasts, and can be taken on the road.
My name is Olivia Starling, and I am the founder of Starlit Galleria. I am so excited to be here with you this morning to talk to you about, number one, why you should never wear your real diamonds while traveling, and number two, how to get the best travel jewelry out there. So when you guys are traveling and looking for the best travel jewelry out there, you want to be careful about what you purchase. A lot of rings that aren't real will turn your finger green because they're made of metals that aren't great. They can also cause skin irritation and other things that you just don't want to deal with. So make sure that the ring you get is made of a high quality metal. I always use sterling silver with my jewelry because that is one of the best metals. It's hypoallergenic and it'll never turn your finger green. But sometimes sterling silver can turn over time. And so for all of my rings, I make sure that we plate them in real rhodium, which is essentially white gold or gold, so that you guys can have a really high quality ring that you can take to the pool and to the beach and everywhere, and you don't have to worry about your ring getting messed up. So when you guys are traveling, first of all, you're going to the pool, the beach, whatever, taking off your ring, sliding it off to put sunscreen on your kids, and the next thing you know, panic, your ring is missing, or you're exposing it to UV rays and chemicals and sunscreen and things like that can damage your ring. So when you're traveling, make sure that you're not bringing your real jewelry around. I've heard horror stories of people taking their jewelry off and getting lost, stolen, damaged. You guys, this is one of your biggest investments and probably one of your most prized possessions as a married couple, or even something that you bought for yourself. And so you want to make sure that you're keeping that ring at home. So summertime is here, and you definitely want to keep those real diamonds at home while you're out having fun, living your best life. So make sure that you check out my company, Starlit Galleria, for the very best high quality simulated diamond engagement rings today. And because you guys are so great for bringing me on, I wanted to share a 50% off discount code with you today. It's available for the next 48 hours, and the code is SPI. So when you go to checkout and use the code SPI, you can take 50% off anything at Starlit Galleria.
And we're going to give you some time to write down that code because it's now time to take a commercial break, and then we've got to look at your local weather updates. But please stay tuned because Valley Por Vida is going to be right back, and we'll have a very special guest in studio with us to talk all about the amazing things that the city of Harlingen has to offer. We'll also have the between, info on self-belief and our health, and we're going to be speaking with a dermatologist about health check tips. Plus, an all-new Student Spotlight segment when we come back from the break.